Welcome back, students. We are understanding finite verbs. In the last class, we understood linking verbs as well as the primary auxiliaries. Now, in this class, we will be understanding some regular and irregular verbs. Regular and irregular verbs. You know what are regular verbs and what are irregular verbs. We will understand. Before we proceed further in the class and understand what are these verbs, I want to know from you if you are a new student or a regular student. If you are a new student, then you can go to the description box and subscribe the channel, and you can recommend it to your friends also. And if you are a regular students, then you just wait for the next class, and in that class also we will continue this topic finite verbs, and we will be understanding tenses in the next class. So let us understand what are regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs are also called weak verbs. Regular verbs are also called weak verbs. Why these are called weak verbs? We will understand through certain examples why these are weak verbs. A weak verb simply means their action is not so forceful, or the person who is doing the action is not doing it in a forceful way. So these verbs are not emphasizing any forceful action. These are formed by adding T, D or ED to the root form of the verb. So these regular verbs, which are called weak verbs, these are formed by adding D or ED to the root form of the verb. So what are the examples? Talk, talked, taught. Jump, jumped, jumped. Play, played, played. These are some of the examples of weak verbs. Talk, talked, talked. Here you can see this is the root form or the first form. This is the past form, and this is the past participle form. So here you can see that ed is added to make the other two forms. Now we will just see what are irregular verbs. We will understand what are irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are also called strong verbs. These are also formed by changing a vowel in the root form of the word. There are various methods of writing the different forms of an irregular verb. These don't follow a certain rule. So there are three methods of writing these verbs, or we can say there are three types of irregular verbs. And one type of verb, or you can say some irregular verbs, are also formed by changing a vowel in the root form of the word. So let us understand what are their types. First type, all the forms are the same. These are the first type of irregular verbs. In these, all the forms of the verb are the same. First form, past form and past participle form. So this is the first form, past form and past participle form. Example, cut, 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 burst, 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 let, 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 set, set, set. So there are a number of verbs which have the same form, which are of the same form in all the three categories. First form, past participle form, in all these forms remain the same. So let us have a quick revision. What are irregular verbs? These are called strong verbs. There are some type of irregular verbs which are formed by changing a vowel in the root form of the verb. And this is the first type. In the first type, all the three forms of the verb are the same, like cut, 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 burst, 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 let, set, set, set. Now let us move over to the next form, that is the second form, or we can say second type. Second type. In the second type, you will see that two of the forms are the same. This is the first form, or the root form. In the second type, two of the three forms are the same. Two of the three forms are the same. First form or root form, past form, and this is past participle form. Let us see. Fight, fought, fought. Catch, caught, caught. Fight, fought, fought, catch, caught, caught, shoot, shot, shot. Come, came, come. Run, ran, run. So here you can see some of the examples of this type, and in this type you can see that at least two forms of the verb are the same. Fight, fought, fought, second and third form. Catch, caught, caught, second and third form. Shoot, shot, shot, second and third form. Come, came, come, first and third form. Run, ran, run. Here you can see first and third form. In the same way, there is one more verb, become, became, become. So in the last three, you can see first and third. First and third forms are the same. And in the first three, you can see that second and third forms are the same. So before we proceed further and understand the third type of irregular verbs, we should have a quick revision. So this is another category of irregular verbs. Two of the three forms are the same. First form, past participle form. Fight, fought, fought. Catch, caught, caught. Shoot, shot, shot. Come, came, come. Run, ran, run. Become, became, become. So in the first three category, you can see that second and third form are the same. And in the second part, in the last three verbs, you can see that first and third forms are the same. So those who want to note it down, they may note it quickly. Now we are proceeding for the next type. This is the third type, and it is also very important type of irregular verbs. Third type. Here all the three forms of the verb are totally different. Here all the three forms of the verbs are totally different. Example, first form, past participle form. What are the first forms? Let us understand. Give, gave, given. You can see give, gave, given, all the forms are different ones. Sink, sank, sunk. swim, swam, swum. Choose, chose, chosen. Fly, flew, flown. So here you can see that all the three forms are different. So give, gave, given, sink, sank, sunk, swim, swam, swum, choose, chose, chosen, fly, flew, flown. So here we understand that this is the third type of the verb. So this was the discussion about irregular verbs. I hope that you have understood what are regular verbs, what are irregular verbs, and why weak regular verbs are called weak verbs. These are weak not only in structure but also in use. That means weak verbs or regular verbs should always be used in the active form, because you know that in active form a verb actually is related to the subject, or we can say subject, what subject does, it is denoted by the verb in the active form. So what is advisable, if the verb is regular or weak verb, then it should always be used in the active form and not in the passive form, because when you are using it in the passive form it will become more weak, or it will become weaker, we can say. So avoid the use of regular verb in the passive form. Always use it. It doesn't mean that irregular verbs should always be used in the passive form. If a strong verb is used in the active form, then it will be much more forceful. The sentence will be much more forceful. So I hope you have understood regular and irregular verbs, or we can say weak and strong verbs. Now we will proceed further and understand the next part of finite verbs. What is this? There are certain verbs which are called troublesome verbs. So let us see what are these. Now in this next part of our this class, we will understand troublesome verbs. What are these? As the name suggests, trouble means some problem. These are the problematic verbs. We can say problematic verbs. Why these are called problematic verbs or troublesome verbs? Because we get confused while using them. So we must understand how to use them properly. So let us understand what are these. Born and born. This is number one. Number two, rise, raise, lie, lay, hanged, hung, past form of see, saw, and present form of sa. Next one, fell, felled. Yet another important verb, found, founded. These are the important problematic verbs. It doesn't mean that these are only these. There are many, but at least these we must know if we want to use them properly, because these are very popular verbs. So we must understand these are at least these should be at least understood by us for our comfort in using them in a proper sentence. So we will understand them one by one and see what is the difference between them and how they should be used in a sentence properly. So we will take them one by one. Let us see what is the difference. So firstly we will understand the first one. Born. We know this is a verb, bear, bore, born. Here another verb, bear, bore, born. So here it means, bear means to give birth. To give birth, and this bear means to carry. First form of the verb, bear, bore, born, and third one, bear, bore, born. We will be stressing this word N, and here we will be putting equal emphasis on each letter, and here we will put a stress on N. Born, and this is born. So here bear means to carry, and here bear means to give birth. Now let us understand these three examples. Airborne diseases have affected the whole community. Airborne diseases have affected the whole community. You know, there are certain diseases which are airborne. Okay, airborne. Corona is also airborne. So these are related to the problems like we can say TB, tuberculosis. It is also it's infected through air. So there are certain diseases which are airborne. Airborne diseases have affected the whole communities. It means germs are carried by the air. Example, another example. He was born in America. He was born in America means he got birth in America. So I hope you have understood what is the difference between born and born. We should move forward and understand another word. Rise, raise. and raise. Rise, rose, risen. Raise, raised, raised. So rise, rose, risen, raise, raised, raised. Rise means to get up, and raise means to lift or hoist. To lift or hoist. So let us see some examples. He rises early in the morning. He raised the banner of revolt. So here these are two examples which differentiate the meaning of rise and raise. This was the second type. So rise, rose, risen. Rise means to get up. Raise, raised, raised. Here raise means to lift or to hoist. You can hoist a flag, you can hoist a banner. So that idea is there. He rises early in the morning and he raised the banner of revolt. Now we will understand the next one. Hang, hanged, hung. Most of the students get confused in the use of these verbs, and these are generally wrongly used. Most of the students don't know the difference what is what is the correct meaning of these verbs. So let us see. Firstly, understand what are the forms of these verbs. Hang, hanged, hanged. Hang, hanged, hanged. Next, hang, hung, hung. So here the first one means to execute. To execute somebody. To execute somebody means to put to death somebody by just tying his neck, okay, from a roof and suspend that person from some high point. So that is act of killing by tying a rope. By tying a rope. So this is next one. To suspend. Now see, the killer was, this is the use, the killer was hanged. Another, the clothes were hung. The clothes were hung on the line. The clothes were hung on the line. Hung means suspended. So this is the difference. I hope you have understood the difference. Let's have a quick revision. Hanged and hung, these are the forms. Hang, hanged, hanged. Hang, hung, hung. The killer was hanged means the killer was executed. The killer was put to the gallows. The clothes were hung in the line. It simply means you have spread your clothes on a cloth line. Now see another one. Another verb. Fell, felled. This is another verb. This is also very important problematic verb. Let us see what is the difference between their meaning and use. So firstly write the forms fall, fell, fallen. Fall means to come down. Its meaning is to come down. Fall means to come down, and fell means came down. Felled, fell, felled, felled. Fell, felled, felled. So here fell means to cause something to fall. To cause something to fall. Example. He fell on the staircases. He felled a tree. He fell on the staircases. He felled a tree. So here it simply means that the person has fallen, the person has come down on the staircases, and he felled a tree means a tree was made to fall. A tree was made to fall. Somebody cut its trunk. So I hope you have understood the meaning of these two verbs. Let us see the next one. Found, founded. This is yet another very popular troublesome verb. Found and founded. So let us see what are their forms. Find, found, 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 founded, founded, find, found, 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 founded, founded. So what is the meaning of first one? Everybody knows. To discover. Find means to discover. And next one, found, it means to establish or to set up. To establish or to set up. Example, he found his lost purse. Sir Syed Ahmad founded Aligarh University. These are the two examples. He found his lost purse. Sir Syed Ahmad founded Aligarh University. So it clearly tells you the difference between the meanings. So let us have a quick revision. Find, found, found. This is the form of first one. Found, founded, founded. This is the another form. So you can easily see found here is another verb. And here found is the past form of find. The meaning of first one is to discover. The meaning of second one is to establish or to set up. Now let us move over to the next problematic verb. This is the sixth one, lie, lay. This is yet another very popular troublesome verb, and most of the students get confused in their meaning and use. So let us understand. Firstly, we will write their forms. So lie, lay, laid. Lie, lied, lied. Lay, laid, laid. These all are different verbs. So let us firstly understand what is the first one. Lie means to stretch the body. To stretch the body fully or relaxing. Fully on the bed or the ground. On the bed or ground. When you are stretching your body fully while in a standing position, that would not be lie. Lie would be only when you are stretching the body on the ground or on your bed. So that is called lie when you relax yourself, when you take rest. And another one, lie. Lie means to speak untruth. When you are not speaking the truth, that is lie. And its forms are lie, lied, lied. And yet another one is lay. It simply means to spread something, to put or to spread. The idea is to put or to spread. So see the examples. He lay on the bed. He lay the books on table. He lies a lot. So you can see the examples, and in these examples you can understand the difference. Let's have a quick revision. Lie and lay. These are the three forms of each verb. You just see lie, lay, laid. And lie, lied, lied. Lie has two meanings. First meaning is to stretch the body fully on the bed or on the ground when you want to relax yourself, when you want to take rest, when you want to sleep. And another lie means to speak lies, to speak untruth. Its forms are lie, lied, lied. And yet another verb, that is lay. Its forms are lay, laid, laid. It means to put or to spread. So he lay on the bed. He lay the books on the table. So here the idea is to put on the table. He lies a lot. Okay. So I hope you have understood the difference between lie and lay. Let's move forward to the next problematic verb. What is this? Let us understand. sa. The past form of see, sa. The root form of the verb. We will understand these two. First one is sa. It is the past form of see. And second sa, it is the root form of the verb. That means sa is itself another verb. So let us see what are their forms. See, sa, seen. See, sa, seen. And another one, sa, sawed, or sawn. See, sa, seen, sa, sawed, or sawn. So here, see means to look. See means to look. And sa means to cut. To cut the wood. Sa is actually the name of a tool also. Sa is a tool. A tool of iron. It's like a strip. It looks like a strip of iron and it cuts the logs very fine. In a very fine manner, it cuts huge logs. And there are saw mills. It's a tool of iron, looks like a long strip. And sawmill. Sawmill is a place, we can say it's a workshop where this tool, which is called saw, it is run by the help of power. So it is called sawmill. And here, with the help of electricity, these machines are operated. And here, this tool that is called saw, it cuts logs into small pieces. So see the examples. He sawed the log in 2 pieces. Another, he saw his friend on the road. So here you just see what is the difference. Sa is having 2 meanings. One sa is the root form of the verb sa and another is the past form of see. See, saw, seen. See means to look. Saw, sawed, and there is another form, sawn. It is used for adjective purpose, for where you have to use it in the sense of adjective, then we use this. Saw is a tool of iron. It looks like a long strip. And sawmill is a workshop where logs are cut with the help of power. He sawed the log in 2 pieces. He saw his friend on the road. So in this way we understood what are problematic verbs, what is the difference in their meaning, what are their forms, and how we can use them in our sentences. So I hope you have enjoyed the class, and all the problems that we raised in the class, we solved them through our discussion. In the next class, we will take up tenses, and we will also discuss about the phrasal verbs. We will discuss about the transitive and intransitive phrasal verbs. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and you can recommend this channel to your friends. You can, if you are new, you can subscribe it, and just keep enjoying and keep waiting for the next class. I hope that your problems will be solved problems of grammar will be solved related to this topic. Okay, so I'm ending the class. Thank you.